My target is a tribal village near a wide river 30 kilometers due east of here. I have 10 days to reach it, pushing the limits of human endurance. Fail, and my rescue team, led by medic Woody, will be forced to extract me.
Ed needs to be careful. This is about as tough as it gets.
I know that as it's around midday, the shadow from the sun should point directly north. I know that I personally have to head east. So as you're looking at it, it's a right angle straight towards me, into that jungle over there. That's my direction.
Sand on the beach is far hotter than the jungle floor and reflects up to 50% more UV rays. I need to get under the shade of the canopy. Taking unnecessary risks in a survival situation can quickly land you in trouble.
There's no access route that I deem to be safe. It's all quite steep rocks, so literally I've got no option but just to explore down the coast, really. But I'm also scanning the beach, thinking, what can I scavenge that will help me survive and that will help me get through the first few days? And the immediate thing I'm thinking is driftwood.
In the high humidity of the jungle, finding enough dry fuel to get a fire started can be impossible.
This driftwood is really good. So I'm just going to take a few pieces of this so that I can make a fire kit. This husk from the coconut palm, I know from experience, is super dry and great tinder, so I'm going to carry some of this.
This is a golden chance to find resources that could later save my life.
Yes! That's an old piece of machete. It's literally just a piece of iron that could make a really good saw or a cutting tool. That's good.
A blade is an invaluable part of any jungle toolkit. Now, all I need is a way in.
Look at this. It's a river. I reckon that's my front door. I reckon that is my entrance to the Darien.
Ahead of me is 30 kilometers of the thickest jungle I've ever attempted to cross.
And I can see I'm going to be heading east, so I'm going to be heading straight up and over that little saddle that you can see there.
With no roads running through the gap, rivers are the highways of the jungle. They're free of canopy, so make it easier to navigate by the sun and identify landmarks.
I can see actually up into the mountains now.
They also provide me my source of water, so for as long as this river runs east, I'm going to stay close to it.
It is exceptionally hot under the canopy. I mean, it did feel cooler walking in from the beach, but it is definitely hot.
In these jungle conditions, you can lose up to a litre of fluid in sweat every hour. I have to drink whenever I can.
It tastes so clean, I'm literally just glugging it down.
There's no real way of knowing if this water is safe to drink, but I'm going to risk it.
This water is beautiful, and my tactic at the moment is to follow the river as far as I can, because this water is valuable to me, very valuable. And every time I cross the river, I'm drinking copious amounts.
It's around 3 p.m, and I've been heading east for hours. The sun sets in the west, so I need to head away from it.
The sun that's up in the trees there, I'm just, as the afternoon goes on, being aware to readjust for the angle of the sun going backwards like that, almost setting behind me as I'm going. Just to see that little twinkle, it's reassuring enough to know, okay, I'm going in the right direction. Okay, I'm climbing significantly now. To get further away from the sea, the incline is getting greater.
Daytime temperatures in the Darien can reach 35 degrees. Even with the river, I'm struggling to cool down. To avoid potentially lethal heat stroke, I've got no choice but to stop for the day.
started to get quite a lot more steep. It's hot and I really want to do this ideally in the cool of the morning tomorrow.
Before I can rest, I've got to call my medic Woody, who will be concerned about my slow progress.
I'm in camp location, everything okay? Over.
Roger that, mate. How's it going so far?
I'm all good. I've drank and I'm hydrated and ready to hit my sack. Over.
Yeah, roger that. I'm going to sort of teach you to suck eggs. I know you know all this stuff, mate. Being so hot, the scorpions and the likes are very, very active. We've had one scorpion bite already in the support group. I'm obliged to just remind you. Do take good care of yourself.
Okay, thanks Woody. Cheers. I just want to look for a little place to sleep tonight.
Some of the most dangerous jungle animals are nocturnal, so it's generally advised to get yourself off the ground. But it's nearly dark, and I'm running out of time.
By putting myself in a little river island, I essentially cut myself off from the rest of the jungle, and it just allows me to have that little bit more security. It's night one in the Darien Gap. Made all right progress today. The fact that I'm by the river is a real lifeline at the moment because I haven't got a container to carry any water in, and therefore I'm just drinking directly out of the river all the time, which is working actually. It's working really well. Okay, I reckon that is me hitting my sack and going to sleep. Say goodbye to my little patch of dirt and let's do this.
First light, and the river is still heading east, and still climbing.
This water feature has been very kind to me. You can never expect something to completely go in the right direction that you want to go in, and yet this watercourse has. I'm coming up the hill. The stream on my right is becoming more and more cascaded, and got little waterfalls and lots of bare open rock. And there's something big up here. I can see a big wet rock face. Look at that. That probably goes up at least 3 or 4 stories.
I can't climb up the rock, which completely surrounds the waterfall.
It's quite a high waterfall. And I've got to scrabble up the sides. Up that side probably. The jungle canopy is much, much darker as you go in there.
I'm hoping this is the hill I could see from the beach. As I climb, the natural route through the jungle pushes me further away from the river.
The denser the vegetation, the harder it is to keep myself orientated. There's the sun.
Without sight of the sun, I can't navigate effectively. Even worse, I've climbed so far I can no longer hear the sound of the river.
The problem I've got now is I've committed to coming up this spur of land. But as the spur's got higher, it hasn't dipped back down. I kind of elected a route that's gone away from the river, and therefore I now have no water.
Left for dead in Panama's Darien Gap, I've been trekking east for 2 days.
Crikey.
Forced up a hill to climb past a waterfall, I'm no longer in control of where I'm going. Worse still, it's punishingly hot, and I'm heading away from the water.
I've just got to do it now. I've got to commit to this climb. Get to the top, get over it, and get down. It's as simple as that. Backtracking now would... 1, it would be heartbreaking. 2, I'm not walking in the right direction. Okay, I'll go back down to where I last had a drink, but then I'll just be in the same position as I was before. I need to get over this hill and find water again.
In these conditions, the human body needs 5 litres of water a day. Right now, I have none, and I haven't eaten for 24 hours.
Calves are burning. I'm hungry. I know that now I'm pushing uphill. This level of exercise is going through my glycogen stores, which is meaning that my limbs are getting heavier and heavier.
Lack of food and water don't just have a physical impact on the body. When starved of vital nutrients, the brain's ability to make effective decisions is compromised.
And to use the trees to hold me up in some of these places, it's beyond steep.
In this heat, the trade-off between resting to cool down and racing to get to water faster is a source of constant tension.
This is not a shallow hill. Everything about sitting down on my pack and having a break tells me to have some water. I haven't got any. I laugh, but it's not great. It isn't great. I need to get up this hill, over the top, down the other side, and find some water. I'm tired. I'm very tired already. Just gotta push on. My legs. Keep going. Keep going. Check out that. You can see the sun over the hill, which means I must be reaching the top. That is good news. Yes. And that suddenly is a view, a proper view.
Wow. When you're lost with no map, vantage points help you make a mental map of landmarks, so you can see where you've come from and where you're heading to. In the distance is civilization, the village by a wide river that I need to get to. So far, I must have covered about 6 kilometers. At this pace, I think I'm going to make it. But first, I need to find water, now.
Having expended quite a lot of energy getting over that hill. Even coming down is taking it out of me, so just had a bit of a sit down and needless to say, I need both food and water. I need them both. I need them to come relatively quickly, hopefully today. Water needs to come today.
It's possible to survive 3 days without water, but on the move, in hot, humid jungles, it could be much less.
The recurrent theme for me and the worry that's niggling at the back is, where's the next river? Where am I going to be able to get my next drink? I'm so exhausted. So exhausted. Time for a break. Look at this. I'm not sure what these are, but they look like a fruit to me. That. I've never seen one of these before.
Eating unknown plants in the jungle could be fatal, but they look like they're full of water, and I'm desperate.
Just debating whether I can eat them. Fingers crossed.
Never eat anything that you've not positively identified. For me, this is a big gamble.
Got a bit of a tang to it, but not a worrying one. You can usually tell from things taste whether they're poisonous. It's succulent. And that is a godsend, an absolute godsend. Food and water and one handy fruit. Tastes like cucumber.
I've now been descending for 2 hours. It looks like I'm approaching the valley floor, where I'm hoping there'll be a fresh water source.
Just started to open up a bit. Completely dried up riverbed. You can see, not even a hint. Everything is bone dry. Bone dry. And I think this whole area that I'm in now, a dry lake actually. I think in wet season, this is all flooded.
The only liquid I've had all day has come from the jungle cucumbers.
My mouth is now very parched, I have to say.
I'm getting dangerously dehydrated. There's a chance that plants growing in this dried up lake could still hold water.
I've got a funny feeling. Look, those vines over there could be water vines. And that actually could help me massively. The only thing I've got to get into it is this. Come on! There's no point going any further through. I was cutting through. Now normally that would be, you'll be able to see and touch the moisture. This is dry all the way through. Normally that type of vine, from my experience, would have a bit of water in it, but this one hasn't.
If I don't find it soon, I'll be forced to call in my rescue team for help.